go on the 6-star trips. I mean, really? And here's what I challenge you to do. Break out! Seriously, break out, step through. Envision it, see it. But then put in the work. And don't ever quit. I'm telling you, we can go tell him thank you every single day. The only way to tell him thank you is by doing it. One foot in front of the other. One meeting, back by another meeting, back by another meeting. Take a breath and go do it again. Go do it again. Recruit like your dreams depend on it. Guess what will happen? You'll have to come up with some new dreams. So our next speaker is, I didn't know him 2 years ago. Samson Lee is an absolute warrior. He is a man that every time I see him, he has a smile on his face. He's always positive. I didn't realize how analytical that mind is. He's always thinking, and he's always creating, and he's always coming up with things to make our jobs easier. And I appreciate that. I respect you. I am so blessed that you came into Holly and I's lives and this company's lives, and that you have led from the front, and that you're strong and you're bold. I want everyone to get on their feet and welcome Samson Lee to the stage. As he
Thank you, Gordon. I'll give you the $100 later. The money? All right. You know what? I'm going to stand down there. Is that okay? Okay. I'm not as tall as Daniel. So, and in this industry, 20 years ago, I was like many of you, or very much like some of you. At that time, I was just living paycheck to paycheck. I had lost a lot of money in my furniture business. Mid-30s, moved back with my dad, and then came to the auction industry. That's how I became an auctioneer. I made a living, like really living. The first job, it was great. It's 3-4 hours, make $125, right? Once a week. Yeah, that's how it was in the auction business. So I've been there. I've been there where my check bounced, and then it bounced again the next day, and then bounced again the next day. They try to redeposit 3 times, and they end up charging 25 in your bank account. I've seen it. You know, when you don't have much, you want to go buy everything. When you have a lot of money, you don't want to buy anything. There's something, like, I say all this because, times have changed. I want to bring, just some reality to where we are. There's all kinds of people in this room, all economic background, all different professions, all different cultures and languages. I want to bring today, just at the beginning to start it off, think about what we're really doing. We're really just trying to share a way for people to get something, some benefit, some value. It could be health, it could be money. Well, why money? What do they need the money for? It's the needs of the people that say, hey, here's a path here. Let me try this out. Let me do it. Now, how many of you saw a path when you found out about what 3 is? When you found out what 3 is about, right? Do you have some need you want to fill in your heart? Okay. Many times, though, to what I realized that many years ago, as a beginning in this industry, I realized that, I need to first look at my heart. What do I really want it for? And I need to be truthful about it. A lot of people, even today, I asked, 2 days ago, we had a meeting, and we had a lot of leaders, and one lady, she's so much energy. She's always out there, and she's signing up a lot of people, and all her network have money, right? So I was like, she just signed them up. But I asked her, so why do you do the business? Because she has money too. It was really hard to get it out of her, And she said, I don't need anything. I have money. My daughter goes to USC, and I'm just doing pretty well. But I love making money. But why do you want to make money if you have so much money, right? And it was such a process trying to get it out of her, and I just got a little bit out of her, and I don't know if it even is sincere enough yet. sometimes, in this industry, for you to move forward, you need to work on yourself. Right? Am I right, Corbin? Am I right, Holly? We have to. Because by working on yourself, you'll realize what you need to say to the other person. Because that's the first question out of many people's mouths after they join the business. Oh, how do I talk to the other person? Right? What do I share about 3? Yeah, of course you can share about the product, the science, the opportunity. But unless, there's a saying, unless people know that you care, they don't care about what you say. Am I right? Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's important, because what the need is out there, and I want to dissect it for you. And I've been trying to wrap my head around all this chaos that's been going not only in the US but around the world. I mean, how many feel that the world is a little bit chaotic today? Right? Okay, I'm going to dissect it for you. Some of you know what I'm talking about, but maybe some of you figured it out already. But I was telling Daniel and Corbin and Holly last night. How many of you seen the movie The Matrix? Yeah. Right? 1999, Keanu Reeves. How many of you seen that movie? Where the machines rule over us, right? Or rule over human beings, right? Or Terminator, right? Same thing, right? Well, I was sharing last night that in The Matrix, the movie, you know how the machine gets their power? Because there's no sun at that time. The machine gets the power by using human beings as batteries. And then to keep the human being alive, they put their mind in a matrix, in a simulation. That's the movie. It's funny, about 10 years ago, I started listening to some of the different scientists out there, or some people who talk a little bit more esoteric things, right? And they say, that movie is not a movie, it's a documentary. I said, what? Documentary? I'm trying to figure out what it means, right? And I say this in a very serious way. Your reality is the time that you spend. Whatever time you spend on things, whatever things you spend your time on, that's your reality. Do you agree with me? Yes. You know why people are so partisan now? Because that's where they spend their time. And it's not their fault. It's not our fault. It's not anybody's fault. And the reason is this. Because I found it so hard to just even, invite somebody nowadays. Because they're so busy, right? What are they busy with? With something, but just maybe it's nothing. Because what they're busy with is this. Do you agree? Okay. Now, how many of you spend more than 1 hour on this a day? Raise your hand. Be honest. How many of you spend more than 2 hours? 3 hours? Okay. The other night, of course, about 3 weeks ago, something very tragic happened in our nation. And I was just at night. I woke up 1 in the morning. I'm just scrolling, right? In a blink of an eye, it was at 3:30 in the morning already. I'm like, what happened there? And what I realized is that, aside from that, what I really put together is that people out there, we got programmed by this. I remember many years ago, when you talk about opportunity, people jump at it. Now, they try to figure it out if they're not interested within the first 30 seconds, they zone out. How many of you have seen that? Have you seen that? Literally, about 4 weeks ago, I sat down with a friend of mine. She was a service advisor at the car dealer. So I asked, she wanted to make some money. So I said, okay, let's have a coffee. Sunday, 3 p.m. And I was talking to her. She maybe around 30-ish, right? And I was talking to her, and I see her face light up. I said, maybe I should talk about something else. So talk a little bit more about social stuff. Oh, she came back alive, right? It's like a switch. I saw it happening. I said, whoa, this is very interesting. Because of this, in about 10 to 30 seconds, we tune out. You're swiping up or down, left or right. Okay? You're swiping. And you know what? We all got trained. We all got trained. So, for example, why is the industry different today? That is a big difference. You know how we can connect the dots? Yeah, well, how can we connect the dots? We have to be better at not triggering somebody. The good way or bad way, right? You have to get to what they want faster. You know, young people nowadays, you know what they say? Just tell me the way it is. What is it? Or even older people, right? Because they don't have time. They got to get to their phone and check out the latest YouTube video. But think about that. So in a way, you have to get a connection. But the other thing I was mentioning out of that meeting with this young lady was she wanted connection. She wanted connection. And maybe, hopefully I can just dissect it in a few minutes. That generation, what is that? Generation Z? Gen Z? Okay? What is the likelihood of them buying a house in their 20s and 30s? None. Very few, right? Unless they have a very good job, right? Maybe a tech job. Like Chloe's nephew in Bay Area picked us up in a Mercedes. Oh, he works at Apple, right? Okay, so techie people, right? I said, okay, they have a chance, but not. But even if you know the prices in the Bay Area, it's ridiculous. A 2,000 square foot home, $5 million. Wow. Okay. But think about that. And then, because maybe the economy is not so secure, and the world seems such a chaos, they're not going to get married. They're not going to have kids. Am I right? Correct. Do you see it? Do you hear it? Yep. Among your kids or your relatives? And how does that affect the older generation? Their parents is like, oh my God, my kid's living at home. Oh, you know, maybe I need to help them something. Or maybe the kid is not living with their parents, but they live with other friends. So it costs them less. There's no hope for them. I mean, look, I'm from Hong Kong. Okay, no politics today, but I'm not really a socialist at all. Okay, I'm a capitalist. But when you have no hope, do you blame them for believing that? Think about that. Why are so many young people support, right? It's just a system where, quote unquote, everybody's equal, right? Right, because they have no hope. And that affects the whole society. Gary's nodding his head, right? Am I right, Gary? Okay. So then, well, the parents in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they're still working. Hopefully, they won't get laid off because of AI. Wait, are we in the right industry? Well, I mean, are they in the right industry? That's what they'll ask themselves, right? So there's a lot of economic pressure there too. And people in the 50s, 60s, 70s, the health is declining, the energy to do something, wow, you know, it's a big difference. Thank God for kinetic, right? Okay. So think about that. That's where the world is today. There are people, why don't they want to come back to work? Because they might not be able to come back to work. There's also, you know, I was talking with Kim was talking with Les Brown, you mentioned people who are unemployed. And people are quitting, or even quietly quitting, not only their job, but their life, because there's so much chaos. But what do we represent? You know, people need some hope out there. People need some light out there. There must be a way out. You know, you have to talk to them the way, you have to meet them where they are. And when you meet them where they are, look, you got to open your heart. The only way you can do that is to first know yourself. When you ask yourself the right question, many years ago I had nothing. I asked myself, what kind of, and maybe I'm kind of resilient, as in like, so dumb I don't know what happened to me. I had no money, I just asked myself, maybe I'm lucky, I'm mid-30s, I could just start my life all over again, kind of. So what am I going to do? What kind of life do I want? That's the first question I asked myself. And I was so dumb, I said, I just want a happy life. But then I asked myself one more time, what makes me happy? Then I start to get somewhere. You have to ask yourself many levels down to find your why. And your why is your inspiration, it's your motivation. There's nothing we can say here to motivate you. You have to be inspired to motivate yourself. By asking those questions and knowing what the need is out there, you will know what to ask them. If you never ask yourself, if you're never honest with yourself, it's very hard to motivate them. If you want to build a massive business, you don't need the quantity of people, you need the quality of the people that will come in and drive it. There's something to be said about building a movement. You know what a movement is? Movement is something that grows without you. It's something greater than all of us. But what can create a movement? only if it's something that people have in their hearts that they create you. And that's where the world is today. How we can bring some resemblance of sanity back in the world is through entrepreneurs. It's not through the super rich necessarily. It's through entrepreneurs who are willing to step up as leaders in business, in their community, and in family. It's true, right? Those are the foundation to civilization. We need people out there. And 3 is a pathway to do that. When you can share a business. Look, it doesn't matter. They can make, if they work hard, because working hard, you know what comes with working hard? Something called honor. When you work hard, you have honor. When you work hard, when you're a warrior, you have victory. Victory. There's no glory without working hard. There's no glory without victory. We can all do that. And because you know the most simple things you can be as leaders by leading by example. By your example, you will inspire first your family. 100%. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. Second is to when you lead by example, you become example for community, your friends around you. And look, it doesn't matter what other people say, the bad things, because you know what? They're going to say that about you anyways. So today, we can stand up, be the light. We'll talk later, Dr. Bob. Huh? Thank you. Oh, he's so inspired. Give me a hand for Dr. Bob. How can I help you, Dr. Bob?
I am not a shy wallflower. Talking about commitment, talking about connect, talking about community. Get out your pencils. Get out your pencils. I'm going to give you my phone number. I want you to talk to your physicians, your nurses, your orthopedists, your doctors, dentists, anybody in the healthcare industry. I am more than happy to talk to about 3. 914-714-8914. 914-714-8914. Why am I doing this? Because I believe.
Thank you, Dr. Bob. Thank you. And I didn't ask you to do that. How many of you are inspired enough to get it going right now? Let's go do it, right? Think about why you are here. What you're trying to do, be truthful to yourself. Be truthful in your purpose and action. And be that leader, because the world needs you. People need you. Some they don't know it, but they need people like us who can change the world, who can change the community and change the world. Thank you very much.
Hey, who's watched The Matrix? This is Nero. And I just want to ask, did you take the red pill or the blue pill?
No pill. I took the vitality.
Hey, such amazing wisdom there. I mean, it just sets the tone for. We gotta be relevant, you know. We gotta be able to hit it fast and quick, and that's why at the speakers meeting I said, quit leading with the science, lead with the company, lead with the products, and then get to the opportunity. Because people are hungry and looking for stuff. Great job, Samson. Thank you very, very much.